Good day, ma'am. My topic is all about the types of medieval art. Medieval art expanded from the type of art shown in religious paintings in the form of art presented in illuminated manuscripts, mosaics, and fresco paintings in churches. Medieval art was produced in many media and works survive in large numbers in sculpture, illuminated manuscripts, stained glass, metalwork, and mosaics, all of which have had a higher survival rate than other media such as fresco wall paintings, work in precious metals or textiles, including tapestry. First is the illuminated manuscripts. These were religious texts decorated with rich colors, which often feature the use of gold and silver. The word illuminated comes from the Latin word illuminare, meaning adorn or illuminate, and is defined as the embellishment of manuscript with luminous colors, especially gold. The artists who produced the luxurious artwork on illuminated manuscripts were called illuminators. Illuminators could be male or female and were members of monasteries or convent. Medieval monks were dedicated to a pious and religious life in monasteries and embellished these manuscripts with rich colors. The picture shown is the example of illuminated manuscripts. Second is the metalwork. Metals with great luster such as gold, silver, and bronze were frequently used as mediums in the creation of religious artifacts. Metal workers transformed these beautiful metals into objects of adornment for the church. Commonly, these precious metals were used as sculptures, jewelry, and church doors. Goldsmiths and silversmiths. Fine arts who used precious metals and produced new forms of jewelry were called silversmiths and goldensmiths. The tradition of the medieval church required that only precious materials were to be used as vessels for the divine service to God. Paintings. Medieval paintings included artwork in iconography, fresco, and panel paintings depicting religious scenes. Fresco, a type of painting commonly done on walls or ceilings applied with plaster. During the Middle Ages, frescoes were common display of Italian churches. Panel painting. It is a type of painting done on a single or several pieces of wood board known as a panel. The icons of Byzantine art were usually featured and done as panel painting. Fourth is the embroidery. One of the most celebrated historical events of the medieval era was the Bayeux Tapestry. It was the history and the story of William the Conqueror, the Norman invasion of England, and the Battle of Hastings. It was an embroidery made of colored wool used to embroider important scenes. The Bayeux Tapestry was made of 8 long strips of unbleached linen, which had been sewn together to form a continuous panel. The linen formed the background of the Bayeux Tapestry. The Bayeux Tapestry was about 20 inches high and 230 feet long. So this is the example of embroidery. Number 5 is the ceramic. Ceramic were done by handmade and not wheel turned during the early medieval period, producing common cooking ware such as pots, jar, pitchers, and crucibles. Number 6 is the mosaics. Mosaic is the artful creation of pictures with the use of broken pieces of colored glass, rock, or any other material. Christian churches and cathedrals have used mosaic as wall and ceiling display. So we commonly saw this in the churches, especially the Catholic Church. Seventh is the sculptures. Gothic sculptures emerge from early rigid, inflexible, and elongated style of statues used in Romanesque art into a more naturalistic style in the late 12th and 13th century. Eighth is the stained glass. A display to the windows of medieval churches, cathedrals, and castles, stained glass art exemplified the type of pictorial art that survived the medieval era of the Middle Ages. Stained glass art makes use of fragmented pieces of glass set to look like an image or a picture. The pictures are joined together by strips of lead supported by a hard, durable frame. So, this picture is the stained glass, and we commonly saw this as well as in the cathedrals, in the churches and castles. Ninth is the heraldry, the art and costumes of creating coats of arms and badges of the nobles. The usual materials for making coat of arms were parchment, paper, painted wood, embroidery, enamel, stonework, and stained glass. Names of famous medieval artists of the Middle Ages included men like Donalito Giotto, Leon Battista Alberti, Chiamabue, Filippo Brunelleschi, Fra Angelico, and Lorenzo Ghiberti. So that's all for my report. Thank you.